muted. That's a great way to start off the stream. Yeah, yes, people, welcome back to another stream on Rest Talks Football. Of course, I am not Rest, but it is here tonight to talk a bit about Man United and how they are allowing Greenwood back into the football club. If I was Man United supporter, I know what I would do. I would just stop supporting them and support Chelsea. But we'll get into all of that when we talk about United and Spurs, etc. But let's welcome the panel. We've got a stacked panel. Let's start. Of course, they were top of the league most of last season. Let's start with the Arsenal fans. First, Ollie.
Oh, Hannah,
How
don't
are
tell
you?
me that, man. Don't say that. We were to obviously this year as well. We were top alphabetically, but we obviously fourth now because of the results. But yeah, Crystal Palace away should be an easy game. Obviously, interesting to see Man United thoughts on the Tottenham game. It'll be interesting to stream. But yeah, big up Hannah for hosting. Big up for having me on as well. Rest. Yeah, it's going to be a good stream.
Yeah, and then Mr. Money. How are you?
Yeah, good, son. Good. Well, we've got to take our medicine. It just goes to show. I understand how Ollie feels, but it's a reminder. It's never over until it's over, and you cannot allow yourself to get too cocky when things go your way. There's a famous song by Alanis Morissette. Life has a funny way of sneaking up on you when things are going okay and everything's going fine. It is ironic, and that is the name of the song.
Yeah.
But looking forward to game week 2. We've got in theory, a tricky game against Crystal Palace, but we did well against them last season. I see no reason why we can't do that. I'll do well again. I do apologise, Hanno, for the whole Elise kerfluffle. Hopefully we'll crush them for you and give you some satisfaction. Yeah, but
Yeah. Let's we talk about that, the better. But yeah, we got, of course, one part of the fan base that only cares about beautiful football, and that's Mr. Joss, the Tottenham fan. How are you?
Big up, all good, all good. First time on the stream with you, Hanno. Look, it's gonna be a good one, and looking to get some interesting views out there. Obviously, you got some Arsenal fans here, and you got some United fans here, so it's gonna be a good one. I got to tell you, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, definitely. And then of course, Mr. Tactical, Mr. Tactical Mastermind. It's Hardeep.
Hey, hello. How are you guys doing? I'm looking forward to this game week 2 of the Premier League season, and it should be a really good stream.
Yeah, it definitely should be. And the games are looking really tasty. And yeah, and then of course, best for last is Mr. Rest.
Josh, are you ready?
Oi, mate.
ready?
It's gonna be a good one.
Now listen, mate, it's been a long time. But listen, I'm glad to be back, and let's start cooking.
Yeah, let's start. First, let's get into some of the comments. Be up yourself, Chelsea fan. Be up, Craig. Big. And then Ben.
My.
I think that is supports Tottenham. I don't know. Ben.
And just go away, man.
Ollie.
But yeah, we'll get into the rest of these comments. Of course, Intro FC get to that when we speak about Chelsea. But
That is
course,
loud. What is that noise?
I think it's money. I think.
hold on, boys, as usual.
Yeah, no worries.
no worries. So yeah, I believe already said we should start with Spurs United. So let's start with this. But before we go more into the game, your guys' reaction to the Greenwood news, of course, that's the biggest one around United news. Adi Porest.
Listen, we did talk about it on Tuesday, but me and Hardy, we both said, listen, it's no surprise for us. Um, listen, I'm not gonna speak anything too much until it gets, fully confirmed. But what I know is this club will bring him back. Obviously, some have been trying to email him Man United and they have got response. But listen, they're not gonna get into that because they don't care about the fans. Because this is not the club that I've supported and know this club when I was growing up. This club before obviously this, they cared about morals. And obviously I saw something that back in the 90s, a manager got sacked because he done some of the physios team. So why is there no same
Yeah,
energy?
he hasn't fair with Fiz's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why is there no energy with this one? But in the statement, Man United put out, Greenwood since he was 7, sport United stuff like. Why are we using an age as an excuse? If Greenwood was an average footballer, this club would have terminated his contract and said, "Bye bye, mate. You're not part of us." But you know what? Because he's young and we've got some absolute vile fan base. Some of the fans that want him back. It's not even the whole fan base. It's some of them that want him back. So no, listen, for me, he's gonna come back, and no surprise to me. But yeah, listen, John Merton, Richard Arnold, you two hang your head in shame. That's all I can say because they've let the fan base down. And listen, every time he's gonna get the ball, there's gonna be vile things said out from the United fans or even away fans. So listen, listen, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, no surprise for me. But yeah, Hardy, your thoughts on that?
You know what? I actually echo the same as Ulrich as well. I think from a football point of view, it might be good for his rehabilitation, but the impact from the fan base, if you look at it from a rival point of view, it's going to definitely crush Greenwood from mentality and also his emotional point of view. Bringing him back will be really questionable. If you look at the jurisdictional system in the UK, it's very controversial. And if you look at the developments of story regarding Greenwood, the charges have been dropped and it's been released until no further notice. And it's clearly evident that he's very likely to come back. And if you look at the timing of the announcement, it's definitely inevitable. But considering what happened with regards to the England women's national team, who've actually reached the FIFA World Cup final, it's definitely a sign of negativity and toxicity. You are bringing someone who is really negative towards the women culture, and also to actually reunite with his girlfriend and possibly get married, and only to have a child around about a month or so ago. It's a very, very uncanny situation if you're a United fan, and even if you are a rival fan to a certain degree. It's going to be really, really, really bad outlook as to how Mason Greenwood will actually progress. Ideally, I think if you're looking for the best solution from both parties' point of view, it'll be really relevant to actually release him, given that rehabilitation, but to persist with him and also to communicate an incompetent decision to the fans. It's just a really, really bad, but very, very shambolic yet ludicrous decision. He shouldn't be at the club. Morals are not in use for football anymore, and it's about money. It's about keeping an asset and also ensuring that he is preserving his value. Just lacking that efficiency as football club.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I don't think any of us here on the panel condone what he did, and that United should let him back. Definitely, yeah.
Hano,
think
can I
he's-
say one thing about that?
Yeah.
About the Greenwood. What I do say is, like, as much as you got Tottenham rivals, Arsenal rivals, Chelsea, Liverpool, United. The one thing that I think is very I respect very much so by United fans are that they're not taking that, they're not taking this easy. Like, as in, they're not letting Greenwood just come back in. They're saying no, get him out of the club, man. At the end of the day, he is a talented player. He is a very talented player. He could have been arguably one of the best wingers in the Premier League right now. But I have a lot of respect for United fans saying it doesn't matter how much talent you got, doesn't matter how good of a player you are. If you don't have basic human beings, morals, get out of our club. It's first human and then footballer. So just big up to fair play to United fans on the Greenwood situation, and he should not be at the club for 100%.
But
Exactly.
according to some of our fans, Murder Madness, he's cooking. All this nonsense that I've been seeing on Twitter, man. Half of these lot, they're not probably my age, they're probably 40, 15-year-olds that say Murder Madness when he's cooking. Listen, he's never been cooking. He's doing a normal standard job of Manchester United Football Club, what he should be doing. So none of this cooking nonsense. He's doing his own job, what he should be doing. Just because he's doing separate deals or 2 deals at a time, it's normal standards of a bloody CEO. We need Manchester United need a CEO director, but we don't have one. We got director of football operation John Merton, and also Richard Arnold, who's CEO, who absolutely does nothing, by the way. So listen, they've delayed this announcement because they're going to tell the women's team when they come back after the World Cup that he's going to come back. This and that. What they're going to say is, lads, not lads, but women's guys, respect our decision. Greenwood's going to come back, and you have no say. Basically, they haven't had no say, by the way. So it's a disgrace, but listen, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, no.
The club.
Um,
I don't know, man. I don't know how
anyone
long.
want to add something else? Well,
No, I
no.
think we pretty much discussed it.
Yeah.
Fair, man.
So let's get into it. Yeah, of course, United. Well, pathetic performance against Wolves. Lucky to
Hardick's local
escape
team,
off
man.
the
How
win.
can we do this against Hardick's local team?
Um, Lucky to get a win against them. Probably should have been a draw or maybe even a Wolves win. Spurs, in some case, they feel they were robbed by that penalty um, from that Brentford got. So I know some Spurs fans that feel should have it should have been a 2-1 win to them. It was 2-2. They played really good football. Of course, that's the main thing Spurs fans want in life. So yeah, let's go to Josh. Of course, home team. You played against Brentford, did all right. Um, do you think there's a chance that, of course, you don't have a good record against United at home? Do you think there's a chance you can finally get one over United?
100%, 100%. I mean, I'm looking at OS right now. I mean, and Hardy, both of them are smiling there. Nah, look, at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, usually I'd say there's no chance against United. I'll be honest, usually I would say there's no chance. But considering number one is game week 2, the second match we're playing, and it's really really new to season, and also considering the fact that Tottenham had a fantastic, brilliant performance versus Brentford, and United had a really, really poor performance versus Wolves. I mean, you have to put that into consideration. Look, I mean, United always bring their threats to the table. You know, it's fact. No matter who they're playing, you're always going to have to look at the quality of the team. And if you look at quality, you take United's team over Tottenham. But in terms of tactical play, the only way I see Tottenham beating United is not man for man. I can't see Bissouma beating Casemiro. It's fact, I can't. But what I can see is I can see the team tactically beating United. It's whether or not United will tactically beat Tottenham. Because if you look at Anthony, for example, that he played against Wolves, yeah, was he on it? I mean, I personally, when I was watching United, I mean, I liked United a little bit here and there in the first half. They had a little bit of control, not enough though. I think Wolves were extremely good, and I think people are underestimating Wolves because when United came into the game versus Wolves, a lot of United fans were confident, if I may say so myself. I think that a lot of United fans were confident, and when you get surprised by Wolves, Wolves aren't an easy team. But I think regarding the game versus Tottenham, it's going to be a big game for both teams because United won their first game, but did they? No, like obviously 3 points, sure, but did they? They want to have a win. They want to make a statement. You know, second game in the Premier League, they want to make a statement. And let's be honest, in the top 6, which team would you want to come up against to try and make that statement? Let's be honest. You'd want to try that against Spurs because Spurs are the easiest opponents. They're also some sort of a big name now because Ange's here, and you can say, "Oh, what is this Ange ball?" But from Tottenham's point of view, it's like, okay, new era, no Harry Kane. Let's make a statement ourselves. Let's go beat United. So I think tactically we can beat United, player by player. If we I don't know, if we have too much of a high line and we let Rashford in that wing, let him have a free roam, we're gonna have a long day. If we play too comfortable and not press United, we're gonna have a long day. There's a lot of tactical aspects of this game, but look, overall, it's gonna be an exciting game, and once again, we're going to have to look into this tactically and possession-wise base.
No, definitely, I agree with that. That's where almost my head is. I think United definitely got a better team, but it's that thing: can United turn up and almost keep that consistency throughout the Game of Thrones last season? We saw them.
Sorry. I think it's will United turn up, because I think they will. I think they can turn up 100%. There's no question if they can turn up. It's the question if they will, because against Wolves they could have turned up, but they didn't. So it's the question: will they turn up against Tottenham?
Yeah, true. But we saw last season, nice to get a 2-0 lead in the first half and then bottle it.
That was rigged.
2-2 draw. So, Orest, your thoughts on this match? Of course, I think you're very confident by a smirk on your face.
Nah, listen, I think this game is going to be a great game for both sides. Obviously, I'm going to put United to win this, but listen, it could be anything, man. We need to turn up. I was annoyed against the Wolves game. If I'm going to be honest, I was annoyed because every time Onana had the ball, our players froze. Like when it was De Gea, when they had the ball, everyone moved. But now all of a sudden we've got a ball playing goalkeeper Onana, and we're just freezers. So we need to change that up. And also I saw, so there's a picture going around that Casemiro was the only midfielder protecting us. And all this tactical rubbish, yeah. Listen, Ten Hag will fix that, man. Ten Hag will fix it. All these nonsense, these Mr. Tactics on Twitter, man. Ten Hag will fix it, but now listen, it's gonna be a good game. Obviously, Spurs against Brentford. They looked good. There was style of play. In that game, Bassoon was cooking and stuff. But then when Josh said that United actually get 3 points, that's like me saying, I'm wearing a white shirt, but am I actually wearing a white shirt? Yes, I am. So listen, United got the 3 points, Josh.
Yeah, no, 100%. Fair enough. You got 3 points. It's better than Tottenham Hotspur. I would rather play better than get 3 points all day long. All I'm saying is that you got 3 points, but was that the performance you expected? Because against Tottenham, you can draw against us, but you can play like outrageously good, like you really can.
Yeah, of course. No, I get what you mean. For me, we did not deserve to win.
Do you think you can
What?
Do you think you can play that attractive football against us, or
I think we can, man. Listen, if we get rid of this Mason Mount, this guy, by the way. There's a question I think Arsenal's forever asked: who's worse, Havertz or Mount? Mount is worse for me. Listen, for me, he was never my top 3 priority for the summer. So I don't know why on earth we got him, but listen, the midfield is way unbalanced. Let's think about it, man. Casemiro, Bruno, Mount, it doesn't work. But that midfield 3 doesn't work. So we need Amrabat as soon as possible. And also, listen, a cheeky season on loan, Gravenberch, I would massively accept that. But listen, for me, the midfield that we have to sort out. The front 3, I don't want to see Rashford as a striker. For me, it doesn't work. Rashford on the left. So, Connor, next stream, I'm going to have you on. So listen, you can talk your rubbish, but listen, I want to see Sancho in the false 9 role for me. So, for me, we can play attractive football, but in the right way as possible and in the right team selection as possible for me. But listen, as long as we need 2 midfielders. What's so funny is I've always said we need 2 to 3 midfielders, but I get laughed at. I always get laughed at when I say 2. And this is why we need 2 to 3 midfielders. Fred's gone. McTominay, listen, how on earth we did not accept that 30 million offer baffles me, because next time we're never going to get that much offer from McTominay. So, listen, yeah, we can play. We can play good football for me.
But there's been a lot of talk of tactics, so let's go to Mr. Tactical. Hardeep.
The tactical.
Well, it's fair view. I think it's going to be a really intriguing game between both sides. I feel like Tottenham, they have clearly, evidently implemented style play. I think with what they're actually trying to implement under Angie Passogo, it's really
Nice player.
evident.
Whoa, Hardeep, you butchered it, mate.
Yeah, possibly. Sorry about that. Yeah, possibly.
Postecoglou.
Postecoglou, yeah, Postecoglou.
Hardeep, you're going to get shouted at by Angie if you see this.
But I think what they're actually trying to implement under Angie's Postecoglou, I think it is increasingly evident that they are
It's
really
just Ange.
All right, Ange, fair enough. So yes, what they're actually implementing right now is really impressive, and I think with Tottenham, it's going to be a really huge test. And I think from a psychological point of view, if you want to win, it's got to be by having the right mentality. I think in the midfield, we like the physicality with Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro. They were too high up pitch against Wolves, and we were just carved open on counter-attack and counter-press situations. And if we got counter-attacked by Spurs or counter-press, we'll be exploited in and around the box. Of course, Spurs don't really have a clinical striker, but if they are efficient in front of goal, we are going to be around about 3 to 4 goes down, around about before half-time. We need to be clinical, and we need to be really pragmatic, and also we need to be really transitional in and out around the box. Even in and out transitions, it's really important that we can get the first go. If we don't, it's going to be a really long game for us. If we can get a draw, it'll be decent, but the mentality has to be the one.
Excuse me, Hardy. What on earth? A draw is not good. 3 points.
I said that draw's decent, but we need to win.
Listen, we need to win, man. We cannot beat this crappy Spurs side. I'm sorry, but listen, it's an absolute disgrace, because they lost Kane now. They're going to play Mr. Duck up front. So listen, we need to win. We must win. And if we don't win, before Josh comes in, relax. And if we don't win, I'll be there in the match reaction and calling out these players, and possibly Tanog if he made an error. But go on, Josh, have your say, mate.
Look. What I'm gonna say is simple. You guys have to be clinical in your attacking, in your attackers. Whether you start Mount, whether you start Bruno, whether you start Rashford, or you start flipping Anthony, I don't know. Whoever you start needs to be clinical. Sorry, whoever gets in front of that goal needs to be clinical. Brentford could have easily won the game. 100% they could have easily won the game. And Mbeumo missed a sitter. They scored a penalty, but Mbeumo had multiple chances to score. They had multiple chances inside that box they didn't take. What needs to be Tottenham's scared, and what they need to improve on is that Richie position. It needs to be sorted, because if he doesn't get goals against you, I don't know where the goals are going to come from. You look at the likes of Madders, okay? If Madders tries that top right corner finish, if Madders tries shooting out, oh, I'm frozen. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
If Madders tries shooting, you got Casemiro in there blocking. If Kulu comes, okay, he could potentially get a cross in there, but Varane, Martinez, either of them will take it out. So we need to be just as clinical as you need to be. But I think the main point from United's point of view is a draw. Look, whether you're a hard United fan or not, a draw is good. Let's be honest, a draw is good. You want to beat Tottenham, you do want to, just like we want to beat you lot. But you need to get a point minimum against us, and the way doing it is be clinical. Be clinical, and you'll find whether you have 1, 2, 3 shots the whole entire game, because we are most likely going to have the possession, because we are based on the possession. You guys are going to come with the press, and your press needs to be good. If it's not good, we're going to be all over you. I know. I did say player by player, we're not good. We're not better than you. But if you aren't with your press spot on, you guys are going to be finished, and we're going to be. We might not be clinical with our shots, but we are going to get these shots in, and whether or not Onana can save them all, it's up to him. But you need to be clinical. That's what I'm gonna say. That's it regarding
Yeah.
United. And I am optimistic for the game. I am very optimistic. It's gonna be a good game.
But also,
There's-
that's just raised concern. That's raised concern as well. If you look at the lack of ball retention we have in the midfield, that's very much a
Yeah.
concern as well. If you look at likes of Basuma as well, Skip, even to a certain degree, Lo Celso, you've got arguably a more balanced midfield than us. If you look at from attacking and also offensive point of view, I mean, even from midfield point of view,
Yeah.
we need to be aware of
One
that.
of-
We need to be aware of weaknesses.
I don't rate the Spurs new keeper, man.
100% agree with you. 100% agree with you.
He looks dodgy, man.
Yeah.
He looks,
He
Yeah.
is very dodgy, and I'm not keen on him at all. And I think Tottenham Hotspur made an absolute stupid bid by getting, obviously David Raya, trying to get him for 30 mil. It's absolutely pathetic.
Hey,
We got
by the
Vicario,
way, he is a free agent. Why don't you guys snap him up?
mate.
Better
Right,
than-
yeah.
Mate,
Let's move on quickly to
Let's move on.
predictions.
Yeah.
Craig's gone 2-2. That's the same as me. I've gone 2-2 as well. Quick prediction, Josh.
a prediction. I'm gonna go with I see goals. I just see
1-0.
goals. 3-2 Tottenham. I see goals. I just see goals. You
3-2
guys are
Tottenham.
gonna score minimum 2 goals against us if you're clinical, and we'll score 3 because of Anana shit.
That's the second.
Ardy,
I can see it being 2-1 United, although you never know with Spurs. If they are clinical in and around the box, when holding that majority possession, you can't really underestimate them. So 2-1 United.
2-1 United. All rest.
4-0.
3-0 United. 3-0.
3-0 United.
Maybe
Big
it's-
claim there.
And then Josh is gonna be quiet on the group chat and might leave the group chat. So yeah.
Yeah. So, Ollie, of course we haven't spoken in a while. Your prediction and just short thoughts on what's happened this match.
Yeah, obviously I'm a bit quiet, just letting other people speak, and I don't want to rudely interrupt in this stream, so I'm trying my best not to. But yeah, Spurs Man United is going to be a good game, probably one of the best games of the game week, to be honest. Obviously, Man City playing Newcastle, that's a big one, and I'm looking forward to the Arsenal game, of course. Well, we will be talking about that. But onto this game, I'll talk about the game first before my prediction, because I know you might not like my prediction, but Spurs' point of view, I do agree their goalkeeper's absolutely rubbish. They probably miss Hugo Lloris. They probably do need to kind of keep that. Obviously, Rare was an option, but he's now at Arsenal. Rare actually made his debut today. He played in a closed doors game against Luton and kept a clean sheet, so that's good for him. But yeah, I think Spurs aren't looking good at the moment. They just drew to Brentford 2-2. Me and Josh are having a big argument in the stream about how they played well, but they didn't get the result. And listen, you can't draw 2-2 to Brentford. You need to be winning that sort of game. Arsenal beat Nottingham Forest. Man United beat Wolves. You should be winning that sort of games. On to Man United, good win for them. Obviously, they didn't deserve the win. I watched the game. Wolves were all over them. Good goal from Varane, of course. That's without the goal, it would have been 0-0. Wolves could have even scored as well, but they just didn't, put away their chances. Onto this match, it's going to be a good match. I do see it, as Josh said, it's going to be a lot of goals in this game. But I'm going to go a bit boring. I'm going to go 1-1 draw. I don't see any team winning this game. I don't see United winning. Onana's been exceptional. He was great last game, but I don't think he'll keep a clean sheet like he did against Wolves. The thing with Tottenham, I think, obviously, Kane gone now. They haven't really got a goal scorer. Obviously, they've still got Son, Richarlison, Kulusevski, and now they've brought in a few players. But I just think their defence is a bit shaky, and the goalkeeper, so they will concede. Man United will concede as well, but I don't see any team winning, so that's why I've gone with a 1-1 draw. I knew someone said 2-2 as well. I want to predict the team, but because I hate Tottenham, because personally I don't really like Man United as well, I've got to go a draw. I can't separate the team. So
Ollie, what do you think? What do you think each team needs to do to win?
I think United to win, they need to play. Well, first of all, not play Rashford up front. They do need a striker, and obviously Højlund's joined, but he can't play. And then obviously Martial probably not really going to play. So for United to win, they probably need to score a few goals. Onana needs to have a good game. Defense needs to be on top. Rashford needs to pipe up a bit. I want to bet off my dad for him not to score, so he needs to pipe up a bit and score a goal. Fernandes, but they were awful. Apart from Varane, they were awful. So that's why I don't think United will win. And as I said it in Tottenham as well, the defense is shaky. You haven't got a goalkeeper. You've lost Kane.
Mickey van de Ven, man. Mickey van de Ven.
Who even is he? Mickey Mouse? Oh.
Pep Wolfsburg. Pep Wolfsburg.
Yeah,
Van de Ven's better than any of your centre backs.
Plus, the only goals you scored in the Brentford game were from defenders. That proves that you need a striker. You got Romero and Emerson
That's
Royale.
obvious.
That's a good point.
It's
I
pretty
wanted to
obvious.
mention.
No, it's not a good point. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. We don't have a striker who can score up to 20 goals.
Yes, we do. Eddie Nketiah scored the other day. What are you talking about?
He's not going to score
Is
20
he
goals,
go-
mate.
Yeah, he's not going to go score.
Yeah,
20 this
Jesus
season.
will when he's back from injury.
Oh, when is he coming back from injury? So listen,
3 weeks.
But here's the point I'm trying to make is that you can't simply mock other teams who may not have strikers who can score goals as of yet, while looking at our situation and having to depend on other people to get the goals. This is why I say
Manny. We have
Nketiah should not throw stones.
Spurs have Richarlison, who's rubbish.
Okay.
And then Man United don't even have a striker, so I don't.
Ollie,
Gun, man.
none of this.
But also from your point of view, sorry, Hannah, sorry for interjecting, but also from our point of view, Nketiah's not good enough. You need better, respectfully.
He just scored a goal against Nottingham Forest. How is he not good enough?
Would you rather have? Just answer this question. Would you rather have Richarlison or Nketiah? Simple. Richarlison or Nketiah.
He's only playing because Jesus is injured. That's the only reason he's playing.
And how long is Jesus injured for?
What? Oh, he's only injured for about 3 weeks a month. But he got injured before the season started. It's not as if he kicked the ball and he got injured. He didn't even play in the Community Shield, for flip's sake.
Listen,
So
Ollie,
he's injured for 3. Okay, well.
Ollie, if I score against Nottingham Forest, that'll make me get 20 goals.
No, you couldn't score. You're not even a striker. You're a football coach. Why would you score a goal against Nottingham Forest?
Okay, but let's continue. Manny, your prediction for this game?
This is probably going to be a game where United's game management will get the better of Tottenham's, and Spurs are, of course, very much a new look team in a way under Postecoglou. Yeah, some of the players will still be there, but I think he's been ruthless enough to get rid of several players who, quite simply, in his opinion, aren't really up to snuff. And it'll be interesting to see how well they do. I think United do have some issues with the midfield. Defensively, they do look quite solid, but they will know, and Ten Hag will remind them that there is no way that they can afford to play the way they did against Wolves, against Tottenham, especially given that they're now coached by a guy who won everything with Celtic last season, domestically, that is. And will certainly have very strong ideas of how the team wants to play and won't take any nonsense. Fair dinkum Aussie, So it'll be a tight game. Both teams should produce some decent football. I'm going for United to win, but it's going to be another tight win for them. They're going to huff and puff and finally blow the house down. 2-1.
2-1. No, that's good. Just before we go on to the next game, Craig asked a question. First manager, you guys think that will get sacked of the top 6? I'm thinking Klopp walks or gets sacked.
Klopp is getting sacked, mate. They cannot play McAllister as a CDM for the remainder of the season.
Okay.
But we'll get in touch.
Yeah.
Klopp, bye-bye.
To arrest Klopp.
Klopp as well.
I didn't hit a question. Sorry, I didn't hit a question. What was the question?
First
manager of the top 6 to get sacked.
And Postecoglou.
Who said that?
What do you think?
Who said that?
I was joking around. I said Klopp.
Who said Ange?
No one said Ange. I was joking around, actually.
Oh.
All right.
But yeah, for me, Hannah, I'd say Klopp as well. I think with that midfield, despite getting Edu in, it's still not good enough. It's still not good enough. If you look at other Liverpool's review.
I think Klopp is the one who is most likely to get sacked simply because, well, Tottenham have to give Ange a chance. Pochettino with Chelsea, the amount of times they've sacked managers is just outrageous. So Poch has to stay. With Newcastle, obviously Newcastle speaks for itself. Who else is up there? Is Arsenal in top 6? Yeah. Arsenal, Arteta, obviously they're doing well. City's the only one I was actually going to say potentially is also up there. Pep could get sacked, but I highly doubt it. I mean, he's the closest one who I could contend to a sack, but I mean, he's Pep. He's not going to get sacked. And then And then that's really it. I think obviously Klopp is the one, or Klopp or Poch, but
Now listen, the Poch ball, man. Chelsea fans have been saying Poch ball, so there's no chance he gets sacked.
Touchable, mate.
Probably next year.
Manny,
yeah, I agree. No, I agree hardly, but I agree. If Poch doesn't win a trophy this year, I think he's gonna get
You
sacked
must,
next year.
as Turkish says from the Big Six, you must win a trophy this season.
Yes,
Andy.
You must.
You
well, you
must.
must. Definitely.
You must.
Manny.
Oh, tough question. I'd be tempted to say Arteta, but Ollie would literally throw a fit. We all know that that's not going to happen. I think Klopp could very well be under risk, but if he does get the the midfield right and the defense right, there's no reason why he shouldn't keep his job. I mean, you can't talk about him getting the sack after getting a draw at Stamford Bridge, especially when I predicted that Chelsea would beat Liverpool. Somehow they managed to survive. So you never know. I mean, it is a tough question. I suppose statistically and, in all likelihood, it could very well be Klopp who ends up being told to leave or ends up deciding to walk anyway. But it's still, you can't really look too far. But one manager who could possibly be under risk among the top teams, we've already seen Lopetegui gets, he didn't get sacked, but he was asked to leave. Yeah, he walked. From the top six, I really can't see anyone. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Ollie.
What was it?
Wait.
Best manager to get sacked at 6. What do you think?
Other Big Six.
Josh.
Just
Quickly shout out your socials so we can find you.
now on Spurs Live, basically, got all the latest news regarding Tottenham Hotspur, and we'd love to get some of you lot on the channel sometime soon, and on socials, Spurs Live.
Get me on, man. Get me on. Let me cook you more.
RS, DM me on
Yeah,
Instagram.
get me on.
Anyone who wants on, DM
Get
on
me on.
Instagram, and either myself or my co-host will get you on the channel, and let's do this, lads. Let's do this. Have a good one. Great
Big
stream
up,
with
Josh.
you.
Big up, Josh. Big up. See you, Josh.
Have a good one, lad.
Yeah, great stream. Big up.
Yeah.
Wait,
Cheers,
please.
Josh.
Who do you think best manager sacked? Top 6.
Let me just go through. So obviously, Mikel Arteta isn't going to get sacked. Pep isn't going to get sacked. Klopp possibly. Chelsea, Pochettino could get sacked. Tottenham manager probably. And then I can't really think who else in the Big Six. Who else in the Big Six? Newcastle. I'm going to say the Tottenham manager. I'm going to say whatever his name is, Postecoglou.
And
Yes,
Postecoglou.
Postecoglou. Yeah, what?
Oh my.
Yeah, I think he'll get sacked first. Klopp might get sacked as well. Pep, I'm expecting Man City downfall. They almost lost to Seville. Luckily, won on pens, and they lost the Community Shield and only beat Burnley 3-0. They could have been more and whatever. But we'll see against Newcastle. Newcastle's going to be a tough game for them. So if they lose that, I'm going to laugh. But they won't lose. They're going to win. But yeah, I think the Tottenham manager gets sacked first. I don't see any other manager in the top 6 getting sacked.
Yeah.
Manny, I can't help it with the pronunciations, okay? I just can't. I can't help it.
No, Ollie, where there is a will, there is a way. We all have to do better. And the reason why I say this is because Hardeep can also, understand. Both he and I, given that we're of Indian origin, we've got some fairly difficult to pronounce some surnames. So obviously, with my first name, it's just 2 syllables. You say it like you spell it like you say it. It's Manny as in manicure or whatever. But with the last name, again, in theory, you can spell it, say it like you spell it, and spell it like you say it. And yet people butcher names a lot. And so we've got to make an effort to make sure that we would do that. I mean, how would you feel if somebody were to butcher your name by saying Olivier Sinclair? That's not how you would do it.
It's Oliver Sinclair. It's not. You can't pronounce Oliver Sinclair wrong.
But some people can't get it. Some people can't get it that. Some people cannot get it that easily. So let's remember, we must do unto others as we would have others do unto us.
Postecoglou is a hard name to Andre.
Just say Ange.
Postecoglou. Read the name. Try and pronounce it. Okay? Enough's enough.
Okay, but yeah, 8 people in here. Smash that like button.
Yep, get the likes up.
And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get to the other games. Forest versus Sheffield United. Now, one analogy I have come up with is, would the blades be sharp enough to cut through the forest? So this one is a tough one because Forest, they drew, I believe, they lost to Arsenal. Sheffield United lost to Palace at home. That was a close game. Let's go to Ollie here. Of course, Sheffield. I had a rumor they were your third team that you support.
Who? No, Forest.
Oh yeah, sorry, Forest.
Yeah.
Forest is your for one. How do you see this game going?
Yeah, just to touch on that Forest thing, obviously Joel, who joins the streams, personal friend of mine in real life, and his dad supports Nottingham Forest, so that's why I have sort of a soft spot for Forest. But I do root for them. They're probably my second team in the Premier League, and I have many teams: Swansea, Bolton. I have quite a few teams that obviously Arsenal is my number one though. No one above Arsenal. Arsenal is my number one. I just support a few other teams for multiple reasons. Swansea because my grand lives there, and Bolton because my dad's friends. Anyway, going on to the game. I'm predicting a 2-0 Forest. I don't see Sheffield scoring, especially away from home, and I don't see any goal scorers in them. Obviously, Austin Trusty from Arsenal has moved over there. I don't think he got any game time in the Palace game. Well, he didn't get any points in FPL, so I don't think he did get any game time. But yeah, in the Forest, obviously both teams are coming back from a loss. Forest obviously away from home against Arsenal. Good win for Arsenal, of course, and we'll get on to Arsenal Palace. It'll be an interesting game to review or preview. So yeah, both teams on the back of a loss. So either maybe points shared or someone wins their first game of the Premier League season. For me, I see it being a Forest, and I'm going to go with 2-0 Forest. Not only because I have a soft spot for them because of Joel's dad, but I do think they'll win this game. And I don't see Sheffield United scoring. I don't see any goal scoring in Sheffield United. I think they will go down. Sorry for any Sheffield United fans. For Forest, I think they'll probably finish 15th again, lower table. I'd be surprised if they get anything mid-table or above. Obviously, they've got the lights on Nawi. Alanga now from Man United has gone there. In goal, obviously, Matt Turner from Arsenal now. So they've got a few, Arsenal players. Obviously, Wayne Hennessy is their second choice, fellow Welsh goalkeeper, but he won't be playing anytime soon because of Matt Turner. And for me, I'm really hoping for a Matt Turner clean sheet in this game. I know the Arsenal game was a bit tough for him, conceding 2 goals. Losing the game, getting 5 saves and nothing for it really. The one save that he probably liked the most was the Declan Rice save where it could have been 3-0 and he saved it onto the post. But yeah, Turner, I really hope he gets a clean sheet on his second game, home debut. So I'm going to go for Nottingham Forest 2, Sheffield United 0. And I think Forest will stay up, Sheffield United will go down.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Let's go. I will do this one. I think Sheffield, like I said, I think they will go down. For us, most of the points they got last season were at home, so we're counting on that. And first game at home, this one is going to be really tough for Sheffield. I'm going to agree with Ollie 2-0. Hardeep.
I think personally, with regards to this game, I could see it being a 2-0 to win Forest. I think Forest have actually got the better quality in comparison to Sheffield United, who would likely go down. And I think with their atmosphere at the Forest Stadium, it'll be really powerful. So Forest to comfortably win. I can see Alanga perhaps contributing to another goal assist.
Yeah, I mean, Hardeep, what was your thoughts on his run against Arsenal? Were you impressed?
I was actually impressed by his actual intelligence in and around the box, especially in the halfway circle where you actually kick off. It's a really good movement from Alanga as well. And if you look at it from a technical point of view, to find Awani in the box, that's absolutely incredible. I think it would continue that
It
consistency.
looks like Hardeep wants Alanga back at United then.
No.
Yeah,
no,
Hardeep wants him back.
No, of course not. But I wish him all the best though, respectfully.
Yeah. No, Manny, yours.
I'm actually going to stick my neck out and call this a draw. because it's going to be a battle of two teams. Of course, one of them looks a little bit more likely to get relegated than the other. But having said that, Forest aren't exactly doing too well at the moment. And let's not forget that in as much as they were, perhaps unlucky not to come away with a draw, because I do believe that there was a blatant handball committed by Declan Rice in that game that should have resulted in a penalty. They were not really at their best in the first half. We were all over them. We should have been able to put them away in the first half by 3 or 4, and then we allowed them back into the game. And Sheffield United, they probably didn't offer too much of a threat either against Palace. And it'll be very hard to see how they'll be able to cope. I take a look at the formations that both teams used. I believe Sheffield United played with a back five, while Forest had something like a back three and a midfield four. And I just think that, unless Cooper gets things right and decides to start with his best players in attack, they include Awani and the likes of Elanga or whoever, he's going to struggle. And Sheffield United are nothing if not a hard-working team. And they're going to obviously try their best to make sure they get a result, even if it might not be the result that they would want. But for me, I just think that I just don't see Nottingham Forest good enough to be able to get the result they would need against a team like Sheffield United. And that's a bit of an indictment on how they are and how all of the decisions that have been made with regard to player acquisitions last season have now come back to sort of bite them in the worst possible way. So I don't see a win in this game. I think it'll end up a score draw. It could be 1-1 or 2-2. You know what? I'm going to go for a 1-1 because I really don't see where the goals are going to come from in this game. But I could be wrong. And I see Mr. Sinclair, looking at me in disbelief, but that is an opinion I have, and that's why they're called predictions. Let me remind you of that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Forest. 2-1 Forest. I think Elanga Awani as well.
Fair enough. So yeah, evening James. Greg says 2-1 Forest. 2-0 Forest Chelsea fan. No worries. We'll quickly just go through this Fulham Brentford game. Then I'll let you search your socials. Now, wait. There we go. Cannabis invade the cottage of Fulham. That's a big question. Of course, Brentford got a exciting 2-2 draw against Spurs. Fulham, they beat. They got a win, I believe. Yeah, I can't remember now. Yeah, they got to win against Everton 1-0. I think this game is a high scoring game. Past two games, this have been 3-2. I reckon this is another 3-2 game. I reckon 3-2 Brentford again for mine. So let's go to not Ollie, Orest.
Is that how deep we changing now to me now? Yeah, I'm gonna go with this next one. I'm gonna go with 2-2. It's gonna be a good game.
2-2.
Yeah, but listen, Brentford, they're a good side. Thomas Frank and Thomas Frank. I've always rated him as a manager. Anyway, he's a fantastic coach, and Fulham, they've marked over these. He's improved Fulham a bit, so yeah. Listen, it's gonna be a great game. 2-2. So yeah.
Yeah. Adi.
I think I can see it being a stalemate 1-1 draw. I think with Fulham and also Brentford from the stylistic point of view, they're very, very, very similar style players, and I think with what actually Thomas Frank has actually produced at Brentford, been beyond exceptional, and what he has done without Ivan Toney with Mbeumo. And Mbeumo is a really, really exceptional goal scorer, and I could see him scoring, and I could see perhaps Paulinho equalising for them. So tactically, it's going to be an interesting game if you're looking from an outside perspective, and I think with Fulham as well, given the fact that they have kept Mark Silva in charge, that's really, really crucial for the season. So it's going to be a really close game, 1-1 for me.
Yeah, and Brummer's better than Ronaldo, Hardy, isn't it?
Well, that's not the case overall, but maybe right now, but not overall.
Manny, your prediction?
Well, this should be a high-scoring game. The only problem is, I think Brentford might end up scoring first and taking the lead, but Fulham should have enough in them to equalise. And again, it's very hard to pick a winner from this team. I know Fulham beat Everton, but by all accounts, Everton were very unlucky not to get anything from that game. So I can see this ending in a Desmond. 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, you can quickly shout out your socials so that people can find you, Manny.
Yeah, first of all, big up to Oris Talks Football. Always happy to be, a co-host on this channel and be a part of this. And big up as well to Hanno. Love working with him on his own channel, Hanno's Coach's Corner. Big up to the panel.
Manny, before
some
you go,
really,
give your
really good-
Arsenal prediction.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to leave without doing that. For me, it should be a fairly straightforward win. I'm going for 3-1. We're going to need to really, really score, because if we don't score, then Palace are going to try and take the game to us, and that's not what we want. And I will probably send my predictions for the remainder of the games either later on tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, plenty of other channels on YouTube: Del Boy Gunner TV, Sweetly TV, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, up the cherries in all departments, which is where I'm actually going right now. We've got our cherry picking stream, which will be which we do every Thursday. So if you can catch that, that would be wonderful. And AFC Talk Show TV. Also, big up to Huddersfield Town Fan TV. I don't know if he's in the chat, but I've been on his channel more than a few times. Villa TV. Also, Arsenal, the History and More, a channel about Arsenal's history, hosted by Jez Collins himself. Do please catch that if you can. And yeah, there's nothing much more to say. I always believe that we need to keep things respectful, and we need to learn to agree to disagree without being disagreeable, and make sure that we give other people the same respect that we would expect from others. So thanks a lot to everyone in the chat for tuning in. You're the ones who make this. Yeah, thank you.
Good money.
As I've said that, yeah, I really don't like it when people sort of interrupt me when I'm finishing, but it is.
Oh, sorry.
As I said, people in the chat, you're the ones who make this video and the channel what they are. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your weekend. Don't do anything that the panel and I wouldn't do. For now, time to bid you all adieu. Cheers, everyone.
Big up, Manny.
Cheers, Manny. Big up.
Cheers.
Yeah. Yeah, Hardy. Say at the end, not interrupt him.
But Ollie, your prediction for Fulham Brentford?
Yeah, Fulham Brentford. So Brentford, another team. I know it's going to sound corny, but obviously Graham's wife supports Brentford and his daughter. So yeah. So I have talked to her about the rare situation, and she says, it's a good signing. She's happy that he's gone. So yeah, listen, Fulham, obviously they've got Jimenez now, who's replacing Mitrovic, and I obviously thought, I think similar to the Tony situation, where I thought Mitrovic was going to be out this season and not play, but he seems to be put off to the bench now. Jimenez is signed from Wolves, and obviously we'll talk about Wolves team. I probably think will be down there in the relegation zone. But for me in this game, it's going to be, I was thinking a draw, but then because I have a bit of a soft spot for Brentford, I was going to push it up to a Brentford win. So I'm going to go with the low scoring game. I'm going to go with Fulham 1, Brentford 2. The reason for this, I think Fulham will score. I always, when you're home or you're a good away team, you're always going to get a goal in. And obviously, the Fulham fans going to be up for the game. First home game. They're going to be up for the game. They want to win, so they're going to score a goal. They're going to give the fans something to celebrate for. But I just think the bees are going to sting them. I do think they will. and I think it's going to be a 2-1. I think goals from Jimenez or Mitrovic for Fulham, maybe Jimenez because Mitrovic might not start. And then goals from Wieser and Mbabu again, who both, obviously Tony's out and they both strikers and they both scored against, I want to say, who did they play? Brentford?
Spurs.
Spurs, yeah, 2-2. Yeah, so they both scored against Spurs. But yeah, as I said, I was going to give it a draw because it's similar to Man United game where I don't really see anyone winning. Fulham, obviously home. Brentford, decent team just due to Spurs. But because they drew to Spurs, because that's a decent result, and because obviously they were home, and that's a decent result at home, against, especially against a Big Six team when you're not in the Big Six. So away from home, I think the travelling fans, well, I think they're both in London, so it's not going to be travelling, but away fans are going to have something to celebrate for. I'm going to go Brentford 2, Fulham 1.
Yeah, that's fair. Before I continue to the next match, of course, do remember to check out the channel sponsor, Proper Things Kitchen. I believe that's in South London, Orest.
Yeah, South London. Hardeep still needs to visit,
South London.
but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah,
From South London blood.
So yeah,
but-
just check them out on Instagram. It's there in the ticker below. So yeah, Wolves versus Brighton is the next match. Big question is, can Wolves
go to
deliver?
Hardeep, local team.
Yeah. Can Wolves turn up like they did against United?
If they're clinical, absolutely. I think if they start with Mateus Cunha and possibly Fabio Silva, there's possibly a chance that Wolves could possibly win. However, Brighton with their XG and also with their proactive style play on the derby, it'll be enough for them to actually get a convincing win. I could see it being really, really great win for Brighton by 4 goals to 2. I think Wolves, if they can actually be really, really transitional and really, really, really predictable in and around the box, if they press effectively, if they actually are really competent in and around the box, they can possibly get the win. But overall, Brighton will have overall got the great quality. So Brighton will win.
Brighton won. I think I don't see Wolves winning. How much of Brighton's score prediction?
4-2, 4-2.
4-2. Ooh, high scoring match. I've gone 2-0 Brighton. Just think Wolves they will select that goal scorer. Really. So yeah, 2-0 Brighton. Rest.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Brighton. So they're gonna show Wolves who they really are. But yeah, listen, Wolves. If they're clinical, then they can win this game. But I think last season they were the lowest rank in terms of chance taken or whatever. So yeah, listen, Wolves. Sorry, Hardeep, your local team, but yeah, they're not winning against Brighton. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Ollie.
Wolves, Brighton. Yeah. I don't. It's interesting to talk about Wolves because I do think they'll get relegated. They've got a new manager, Gary O'Neill from Bournemouth. I know AFC ban. AFC.
James.
Yeah, James. Whatever. Yeah, James in the chat will be know him very well from Bournemouth, and he helped them stayed up in the Premier League. I don't think he's good enough for Wolves. So I heard an interview after the game, and I don't think he's going to be a good manager.
He was crying about officials, man.
Exactly, he was crying about officials.
Saying, Jonathan Moss came up to me and apologized.
Yeah.
All right, mate, calm down.
Yeah, and I just don't think he's good enough manager for the Premier League. He reminds me of a Premier.
Well,
What?
really.
Yeah. He just reminds me. He reminds me of a former, when you get the Frank Lampards and Mikel Arteta and Steven Gerrard, the former players. He reminds me of one of those players. He reminds me if he's played football and he's managed a team and whatever. But yeah, I just see Wolves. They haven't got a good enough team. They've lost Jimenez to Fulham. They've lost Ruben Neves to the Saudi League. They've now lost Abdel Traore.
Traore as well.
Yeah, Traore for Fulham as well. And I don't know if he's going to start soon, Traore. But Traore is a tremendous player. I remember against Man City where Ederson got the red card.
Well, baby oil merchant.
Yeah, he's so physical and fast. Absolutely brilliant. I would take him at Arsenal any day. But onto the game, I don't want to get talk about Wolves getting relegated.
Yeah, that's no influence.
Yeah, Brighton, yeah, they're a good team. Obviously, they're second. I know it's one game, but they won 3-1. They're second on goal difference. I do think Brighton will do well this season. They'll make top 5, maybe top 6. But obviously, I think they have Europa League now, do they?
Yeah, they do. Actually,
Yeah,
they're always much qualified to
yeah. They have Europa League, so they do have Europe, which is going to be a bit. So it's going to be tough for them. Maybe 6th, 7th, and if they have Europe. Onto the game, I think Wolves won't score. I don't see Wolves winning at all. I think it's going to be 3-0 Brighton. That's what I predicted. I think goals from maybe Ncisa will get a goal, Solly March, and Mitoma. I don't see Danny Welbeck scoring anytime soon. You know, a former Arsenal player. He plays striker and he never seems to score. Arsenal legend.
Right.
Arsenal legend, man. What did he do at United then? What specifically did Welbeck do?
Ollie, he's a Premier League champion, mate. Premier League champion.
He won the league at Man United. Oh, the rest is gone.
But yeah, your score
Oh yeah,
prediction on
yeah. I said 3-0 Brighton. I don't see
3-0.
Wolves scoring. I said goals from Solly March, Nsuso, and Mitoma.
Okay. Be up yourself, Bailey.
I got Villa TV,
yeah.
man. I was actually I don't know if it's out yet, but I did a video with him. It was a match reaction to the Newcastle loss against Aston Villa, so that was a good video. But yeah, big up Bailey Villa TV.
Yeah, be up. Oh, it's back.
I'm a
What happened there, Rest?
Listen, Hardy, what are you doing to my wife, Hardy, man? What's she gonna do? No, listen. Danny Welbeck, champion, Premier League champion, Ollie. Never forget that.
But next game we'll come to is Liverpool vs Bournemouth. Of course, last
Is it?
season this exact game finished 9-0 to Liverpool.
Yeah.
So will
Yeah,
it
Scott
be
Parker,
the same?
fucking hell.
Will it be the same? I think Liverpool will still win. Of course, they have signed Endo.
Endo Fernandez.
So they've signed him. Don't know if he will. I don't think he will start. I think it's too late. But so Mighty McAllister again. But I think Liverpool should have
What
enough.
position does this new player play? What position?
CDM.
CDM.
He isn't confirmed at the club yet.
Yeah, he's just completed his medical today anyway. So yeah.
What's his name?
Don't know his name.
You don't
It's
know.
got
Endo something. I don't know.
Endo.
No, Endo is his last name. So
let me check it up. Wait. Hang on. His name is actually.
They couldn't even beat Chelsea.
Ollie, Wataru Endo.
Wataru Endo.
Yeah, just call him Endo. That's Ollie, a quick prediction for this one.
Yeah, I see Chelsea fans have got some wild predictions here. He's done 3-0 Brighton, which I agree, but 8-0 Liverpool. They can't even beat Chelsea, man. They drew 1-1 to Chelsea, and you think they can win 8-0? A bit ridiculous, but I don't think it'll be another 9-0. I think it will be a thrashing. I've gone with a 5-0 win. I think Salah will get a hat-trick. And then maybe goals for maybe McAllister scoring his debut, and then maybe home debut. Wait, he was at home in the Chelsea game, wasn't he? Or was that at Stamford Bridge?
At the Bridge.
At the Bridge, so it's his home debut, yeah. And then maybe someone like Gakpo or something. But there will be a thrashing, and if Bournemouth were to win this game, it'd be a big shock for them. And yeah, I don't see anything but a Liverpool win. Big up Hardy, by the way, he just left. 5-0 Liverpool. I'd be shocked if Bournemouth score a win. And I said Salah is going to be on fire in this game. Look out for Salah. You know, without Mane.
Because of the FPL.
No, I don't have Salah in FPL. I don't have him in FPL. So I'm not.
Okay.
I used to have him last year, and he'll be coming to my team soon. But I don't have Salah at the moment. Maybe I'll transfer him in. Cheeky -4.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. It's going to be obviously both teams are coming off a draw as well. Liverpool drew 1-1 to Chelsea, and obviously Bournemouth drew 1-1 to West Ham. So both teams are looking to either get a win or maybe their third draw. Second draw. So for me, Liverpool going to win this game 5-0, and I'll let Arrest get his thoughts now.
5-0. I'm going to say 4-0. 4-0, 3-0. I'm still deciding. Going to go. Liverpool dominance. Rest.
I think I went 1-0 in the prediction group. Just 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah, it'll be 1-0, I think.
Who's going to score then?
It'll probably, I think it'll be Szoboszlai. But listen, with the midfield of, if you look at Liverpool's midfield of Bellingham, Caicedo, and, Amrabat, that's a brilliant midfield. So, yeah, brilliant. So, Liverpool fans, where are you, man? Where are you? All making Caicedo edits and all this nonsense. Listen, Liverpool will win 1-0, but if they don't get a proper CDM, I know they got one, but I'm talking about a quality CDM then. They're screwed. So 1-0 Liverpool, and listen, Liverpool won't be great this season if they don't get a proper CDM. So 1-0.
Yeah.
1-0.
Agreed. But yeah, Chelsea's midfield over Liverpool's midfield. Yeah, definitely. Next one is probably the biggest match. Last match on Saturday. City vs Newcastle. Now for me, this game is tougher to call than last season's one. So yeah, I'm going to say 2-1, but I'm very tempted to say 2-2. I think that midfield of Newcastle can compete with City's midfield. Definitely, they can hit them on the counter. And I don't even think Newcastle have to play on the counter against City anymore. I think they've got that midfield to compete with City, especially without the likes of
The fraud.
KDB.
The fraud.
So, yeah. I'm going 2-1. Potential to be 2-2. Rest,
I'm gonna go. I think I went with 2. I think I went 2-1 actually in the predictions. If not,
No, you said 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, listen,
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if they don't get a clean sheet. It's going to be a tight game. Listen, I won't be surprised if Newcastle win either. So listen, it could be 50-50, but I'm looking forward for this match. Obviously, it's straight after the United game, so I'll be there flipping watching 4 hours of football. So maybe even longer because of this new added minute rule. So listen, bring it on. I can't wait. But obviously, I want Newcastle to win. But now, since Ginger Ross Barkley's injured for like 3 months now, so that's huge. Well, huge for others like Arsenal and so 3-2 City. 3-2 City.
By the way, Arrest, what's your thoughts on BT being called TNT Sports now?
Who?
BT Sport is called TNT Sport now.
Yeah, listen, it is what it is, and the new score headline. I'm not fussed by the new.
Yeah, the new scoreline is ugly.
Oh yeah, it's like on the corner,
I'm not
isn't it? I don't like
you guys can moan. I'm not fussed.
What does TNT even stand for?
Toddlers, Arsenal Toddlers. I'm joking. I don't even know.
I think it means television national. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I prefer BT. Let's go watch BT Sport. Oh god, let's go watch TNT Sports.
No, but
Arsenal game.
Newcastle's gonna be a great game for me.
Ollie.
Yeah, listen, Arrest did say 2-0 in the predictions, but he changed it to 3-2. But yeah, I've gone with a 3-1. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Obviously, 3-1 to City. And Hannah, I am saying this because of FP now. I think Isaac will score for Newcastle. Hat trick for Haaland for my captain as well. Rodri will start,
Hopefully.
maybe get an assist, and Ake will start. He'll get a clean sheet for me. But actually, no, he won't get a clean sheet because Isaac will score. But he'll get some bonus points and play 90 minutes. But anyway, enough about FPL. This is going to be a good game. In the UK, 8 p.m. on TNT Sports, aka BT Sport, but it's called TNT now. They've actually changed the name, and
Yes, Ollie,
man,
you said that.
they've got the same commentators and stuff, but the scoreboard looks ridiculous. You've got the same, IRS for Arsenal, WOL for Wolves, but it's like in the bottom corner, and it's like changed. Anyway, good game. Probably the game of the week. Obviously, Spurs Tottenham is up there as well. Spurs Man United is up there. But yeah, Newcastle are definitely going to score. Whether it's Wilson, Isaac. I'm not sure what's happening to Willock. He wasn't in the team last time, and the same with Man City. Obviously, they're without Kevin De Bruyne. He was injured in the game they played. And yeah, they're also without. Well, Walker's fit. I don't know if Stones is fit because he didn't even start. And another one I want to mention is Grealish. Grealish was in my fantasy team. Didn't even come off on the bench, so I was a bit surprised about that. I actually transferred him out for Foden. Obviously, this before when you got unlimited transfers before the game week. And I thought, well, this guy recommended me to get Grealish instead of Foden. And I did it, and Grealish didn't even come on the pitch. So João Pedro has come on for me 7 points. But listen, Grealish has to start, and if he doesn't start, I'll be happy because I got rid of him for Rodri. And Rodri has to start as well. But listen, Man City are going to win this game 3-1. As the rest said, they could keep clean sheet. They couldn't because I don't think they will. Newcastle have got good goal scorers and they'll be up for this game. But with Man City, first home game of the season, because obviously they were away to Burnley and they won 3-0. So I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet. Ederson won't keep a clean sheet. Looking at their team, Haaland on fire, 2 goals. I think he'll get a hat trick in this game, possibly 2 or whatever. De Bruyne around, Walker off injured in that game, so whether they're fit, and obviously I do expect if Walker was injured, maybe their new signing could come on, and Kovacic could even come on for De Bruyne. Yeah, I'll move on now. It's going to be a 3-1 for Man City. Goals, hat trick for Haaland. And
I
goal
don't
for
think
Isaac.
it will be that big, like that big of a margin. But yeah, next game
What do you think the
is,
score will be then, Haaland?
I said 2-1 City.
2-1 City.
Aston Villa Everton. Of course, not Everton. Aston Villa demolished by Newcastle, and Everton they had 19 shots on target. So yeah, 19 shots, 9 on target, and they couldn't score one. Will they win this game? I don't think so. I think Villa they're going to bounce back. First game at home for them, easy one really. I'm going for 3-0. I think I said. And, yeah, 3-0 Villa for me. Ollie, just a prediction quickly.
So obviously in the chat, Villa TV, big up Bailey is probably he's going to the game. So hopefully they give him luck. I know the DJ who I've actually met before as well called Nathan Dorr, and they play his songs in the stadium. He supports Villa as well. So I know a few Villa fans. I'm going to go with a Villa win. I don't see anything but a Villa win. I think Everton definitely going to be up there with, I'm going to say at least 5 teams definitely going to up there at the relegation zone. The other 5, Burnley would definitely stay up. I think it'll be Everton, Wolves, Luton, Forest, and maybe someone else. But yeah, I think it'll be a 2-1 to Aston Villa. I think they will take a clean sheet. I know Manny, who left, rates Emi Martinez, former Arsenal player at Aston Villa, who didn't really do that well against Newcastle. He got a yellow card and he conceded 5 goals. So for me, Aston Villa are going to bounce back after that. They don't want to be bottom of the league anymore. They want to get a win on the board. They don't want to be like Huddersfield where they don't win at all any games and they're bottom of the league. So they don't want to do that. They want to, go on and win a game and get up the table. So for me, it's going to be a 2-1 Villa. Goals from Ollie Watkins and Diaby again. He'll get another goal. For Everton, probably Neil Maupay, as much as I hate him. Obviously, in the words of Ty, Mbappe, you're a cheat, and I hope you get relegated. But yeah, listen, Villa will win this game. They're at home, as said. Villa TV in the comments is going to the game, so I'm sure he'll be there and rooting for the team, the home support, because obviously they're away. And listen, Newcastle up there with the title race this season. It's going to be Arsenal, Man City, United, and Newcastle up there. And it's going to be hard to describe. I'm not saying Arsenal are going to win the league. I'm very confident they will, but it's not. Don't know if it happens. Man City are definitely up there. And don't discount United as well. Obviously, they haven't won the league for a while, but they'll be knocking on the door to win the league this season. So for me, Villa will. For me, Villa will get top 10. Everton will be in the relegation zone area. But yeah, it's going to be a boring game, but it's going to be 2-1 to Villa.
2-1 Villa.
Yeah, 2-1 Villa.
3-1 Villa. They're going to get a response. And yeah, 3-1 Villa, man. 3-1 Villa.
Easy. And then, of course, the best team.
Chelsea
against West Ham. Of course, first, I just want to address Injury FC. Captain Rich James injured again for a couple of months. So we'll see what happens. And then, of course, with selling Hall to Newcastle or loaning him, something like that. But I don't want him gone. I want Cucurella gone. But it is what it is. Chelsea, if we get two good days, and then it goes bad again. But yeah, this game, I reckon we can do something. In this game, our tech clicks. We got. I think we won't go with the threat back again. I think back four will be going with West Ham. Again, we know what they're going to do. They're going to sit back. They're going to want it's on the counter. It's an Alvarez, I believe, will possibly make his debut, which will be really, really good. So yeah. What will we win? I think we can. I think we will. Let's say 3-1. We usually concede against West Ham, but I think we can get a few goals against that defense of them. Of course, if they had Maguire, then I think it would be a different story. But yeah, 3-1.
And McTominay.
Yeah, definitely. But Royce, just your quick prediction.
Yeah, I think Chelsea will win this game. West Ham will probably try and sit back and hit you guys with the counter-attack. So I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea. I think Chelsea will win this game. And yeah, I think Enzo Fernandez will bust the midfield. And yeah, and Chelsea fans will get overhyped and thinking Chelsea are back in the title race. So yeah.
Did you say 2-0?
I said it.
2-1.
You said 2-0 in the predictions.
Well, listen, Ollie, predictions. I keep my predictions on the prediction stream. I change them.
Yeah. Ollie, yours.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be a boring game. West Ham are without Declan Rice, of course. You've got to admit that. And obviously, Mikel Antonio hasn't really been on form recently. So looking at both teams, Chelsea, brilliant game against Liverpool. I think Chilwell had an amazing game. Enzo Fernandez well, and I hope you like this, Hanno, because your new signing Nicholas Jackson. I've decided to call him Michael Jackson instead of Nicholas Jackson. So I don't know if you agree with that, but I like to call him Michael Jackson for no. I just don't want to say Nicholas. But once again, both teams going off a draw. West Ham drawing to Bournemouth, Chelsea Bournemouth to Liverpool. I think Liverpool the draw is a very good result. You think of games like that. You think of a Sunday game against Liverpool. You're thinking a Liverpool win or a draw, and I think you'll take a draw because obviously it could have been 2-0 up when Salah obviously had that offside goal, which I was happy about. I wanted Salah to score, but he didn't. And obviously you had an offside goal as well with Chilwell, and you got the goal. For me, all I can talk about in this game is Chilwell. He was absolutely brilliant, and maybe he can prove himself again. Enzo Fernandez was great. Diassi with the goal. Obviously, Reece James injured. Sterling, brilliant. But I think your striker, obviously, you did play Havertz for one. He was out of position, so it's good to see you have a Michael Jackson in the team. But yeah, I think I think this game will be pretty easy for Chelsea without Declan Rice, with McAllister off form. And I know you're going to like this, Hanno. It's going to be a bit boring, but it's just going to be a 1-0 Chelsea. You're going to score. Maybe Michael Jackson will score, or or Enzo Fernandez, or maybe Chilwell, maybe. But I know you're not going to like Hanno, but I'm just going with a cheeky 1-0. You know, you're going to snatch the win. You're going to get
A
your
win is
first
fine.
win. A win is a win. You're going to scrape the win away from home. And yeah, as I said, West Ham always score against you, but that's not going to happen this time because you're keeping a clean sheet, Hanno. You're keeping a clean sheet. Chilwell's going to keep a clean sheet. Robert
Fingers
Sanchez,
crossed.
I forgot about him. Robert Sanchez is keeping a clean sheet. Forget about Kepa. Forget about Mendy.
Ollie, you know what I call David Raya? Better than
What?
Ramsdale.
Nah,
I'm
do
joking.
you know what I call
Ollie.
Robert Sanchez better
Um,
than Mendy?
Yeah,
Oh, well, he is
that's
actually.
last game. Going to wrap it up. Palace against Arsenal.
Ollie, tell us 15 reasons why Arsenal win the league. Go on.
Okay, go on.
No.
This game, we will give you 3 minutes to talk about this game.
3 minutes? Gosh, that's
Yeah.
a lot. But
Go.
So I've got 3 minutes. I might as well waffle on. Obviously, good result against Nottingham Forest. I just want to shout out Arteta a bit, though. He does not know his best 11. Let me just read out the lineup. So Timber at left back.
Manager that doesn't know his best 11.
He's got listen to the lineup, right? Timber at left back. He's a right back, centre back. He got a yellow card and got injured. Apparently, he's better than Zinchenko. Yeah, you can base him off 2 games better than Zinchenko. Cough, cough.
Here we go.
Ben White at centre back should be a right back. Partey, what the flip are you doing a Partey right back? He's just CDM. You should not be putting him right back. You should put Ben White right back, and you can't drop Gabriel. Then you're playing Havertz in midfield, who everyone hates, and deciding to dissing him. I rate Havertz. I think he's a good signing, and I think everyone is being negative about him. Declan Rice, brilliant signing. Good to see him play. Odegaard captain, good to see him play. Saka with the goal. And Nketiah, shut up, haters. We have got a striker who can score a goal against Nottingham Forest, and it's called Eddie Nketiah. Yeah, Martinelli as well. But listen, moving on to the game. Last year, the reverse fixture was 2-0 Arsenal. Goal from Martinelli, who I think will score again. And an effective shot from, obviously, Saka, own goal. So for me, I'm going to go with a 2-0 Arsenal. I don't see Palace scoring at all. I think we'll keep a clean sheet. Aaron Ramsdale, my keeper, will keep a clean sheet. Moving on to the first 11, I want Ramsdale starting goal. Left back, I want to see Tierney starting. I know Arteta doesn't like him, but he's going to start him, and he has to. Zinchenko's out. Tomiyasu's shit. And Timber is injured, who shouldn't be a left back. Gabriel and Saliba, I do not want to see anything else apart from Gabriel and Saliba. Otherwise, Arteta out. Right back, I want to see Ben White. Midfield 3, I want to see Partey, Rice, and Odegaard, Trop, Havertz. I want to see Trossard start up front. I want to see left wing. I want to see Martinelli, and right wing. I want to see Saka. I want to be a strong bench. David Raya on the bench. Nketiah on the bench. Tomiyasu on the bench. I want Smith Rowe on the bench. We need a strong bench, and we need to win this game to go back top of the league. We need Man City to drop points against Newcastle. We need Brighton to drop points against Wolves, which isn't going to happen. And we need who else do we need? We need Crystal Palace. Obviously, we're playing Crystal Palace, and we need them to drop points. So listen, I want it to be a high-scoring game, but I'm going 2-0. And for us to overtake City, Newcastle, we need to win by 3 goals or more. So we need to win 3-0 or 4-0, depending on our results. So if Newcastle were to win, we can't overtake them. But I want to stay in the top 4. I want to be as high as us up in the table. After this, obviously, we've got Fulham at home, and then we've got the big one, United at home, which is going to be Arsenal masterclass. Always at the Emirates, we beat them. And I can't wait to do the preview against preview for Arrest. We're going to smoke you about how Arsenal are going to beat Man United.
Okay,
Ollie, 30 seconds.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's say 2-0 Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners!
Okay, cool. Arrest.
Yeah, just short, simple. I think David Raya is going to start.
Oh my
No, yeah, listen, Arsenal will win this game. I think it'll be 2-1.
So you think Palace will score?
Yes, Ollie.
Who will score for Palace? Please say.
I think it'll be Edward. What's his name?
Edward.
Edward, yeah.
We're
Odson
keeping a clean
Edwards.
sheet, man. After the Nottingham Forest game, we need to keep a clean sheet. We can't concede a goal later on.
Yeah, anything can happen on it. But no, listen, I think Arsenal win. Yeah, listen, Arteta needs to stop playing these players out of their positions.
I
man.
told you he doesn't know his best 11. You can't play Partey right back. You can't play Timber left back, and you can't play Havertz when everyone's been calling him a joke and saying he's overrated and overpriced.
Well, Ollie, yeah, he has to play Havertz. Yeah, listen, it's gonna be a good game, but then again, Arteta does not know his best 11. I don't know what he should do. Probably
Guys, I've got a
experiment in
question.
FC.
Should I get an away kit with Declan Rice on the back?
You should get an away kit with David Ray on the back.
Can you stop mentioning David Raya? It's really annoying.
Ollie, why do you not support him, man? You have to support him.
I support him, but he's not going to play over Ramsdale. Ramsdale is my keeper. I have a fan page of Ramsdale, and I will not be. This is my deal. If Raya ever gets number 1 spot, I am quitting my fan page.
What?
I'm quitting my fan page. I am not dealing with.
Ollie, it's called competition. If Ramsdale has a bad game,
I'm not dealing with someone taking the number 1 shot. I'm quitting my F
Ollie,
fan page.
let me
If
explain.
Raya ever gets number 1,
Ramsdale has a bad game, Raya will start the next game. It's called having competition, Ollie.
Before he came, he saved 2 penalties, almost kept a clean sheet against Nottingham Forest.
One penalty, Ollie.
No, he saved 2. He saved 1 in the
One of
Emirates
them
Cup
in
and
the
one
post.
in the. Yeah, but that's almost a save. You can't.
Yeah,
and he
listen.
saved 1 in the Community Shield to win us the Community Shield. So.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right, move on. Sorry for waffling.
Yeah.
Okay.
2-1
So yeah, my prediction 2-1 Arsenal. I think it's going to be close
like
again.
always.
No, just. Okay, stop kissing that awful. But that.
Hannah's gonna
Of
do the
course.
forfeit.
Yeah, bottom
Yeah,
of the table.
corner.
You're gonna eat the 1 chip.
Yeah, corner for the
Thumbnail.
for the thumbnail and the editing stuff. So make sure
Yeah,
to follow
big up,
him.
Connor, man. Big up for the thumbnails. Always really good. Worth your time. So big up.
Yeah. Let's go to Ollie, your socials.
Yeah, starting off from me because I'm going to be a long one. But yeah, before I shout out my channel, you can catch me on a few other channels. Of course, here on Arrest Talks Football, I've loved coming on the past previous streams. The prediction stream with Manny, Hardeep also hosted the stream as well, the Gameweek 1 review. So yeah, it's really been fun coming on these Arrest Talks Football streams. Obviously, big up Arrest for making this channel. I remember all the way since Football Fan Show I've been here. So yeah, I love coming on this channel. You can catch me on Villa TV. Been in a few streams there. I did a video with him recently, a match reaction of the Newcastle Aston Villa game. Obviously on Coach's Corner, big up Hanno. I've been in this channel a few times. Delboy Gunner TV, I made an appearance on there. Daddy and the Don Sports, I've been on there with Graham. Big up Graham and the other hosts on there. A few other channels that I can't mention, can't really remember. Similar to Manny, he doesn't mention my channel, so I'm not going to mention any other channels. Yeah, so you can catch me, DJ Sinclair, which says right down here, all capitals, no DJ space Sinclair, SINCLAIO, which is my surname, and my O is Ollie, and just DJ. I thought of DJ because I kind of am a DJ. I do mixes and stuff, and the mix will be out tomorrow actually, so that's interesting. But yeah, DJ Sinclair on YouTube. I'm on the road to 1,100, currently at 1,081. So keeps going down, up and down a bit. So I want to get it up. And apparently 98% of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So please, what are you doing? Watch my videos and subscribe if you have an account. Watch out on videos, probably watch out, like my videos and posts, stuff. Enough of my YouTube, Ollie.Sinclair56 on Instagram. Big up for 800 followers, man. Big up, really big achievement for me. 200 away from 1K now. Make sure you like my new post. I did a post about Turkey. I did a post about Arsenal. My recent post, I did a live stream. My recent post is about when I saw the Barbie movie. I know it's a bit cringy, but I did see the Barbie movie and I thought it was really good. So I did a post about it. Aaron Ramsdale fan page 1, which is where you can find me talking about Aaron Ramsdale. And I will be quitting the fan page if Ray does make number 1 choice.
Oh,
And then Ollie's Epic 5 on TikTok. Just uploaded a TikTok today. If you don't know Joel Corey, my favorite DJ, I saw him live. He's got a song with Rita Ora coming out called Drinking, and that will be coming out very soon. So I've done a TikTok about it. Apart from that, DJ Sinclair on SoundCloud and DJ Sinclair 5 Mixcloud, Snapchat, Xbox. Please do personally DM me that. But yeah, that's enough. Big up Hanno, big up Manny, big up Orest, big up Josh as well. It's been a great stream. See you the next time. Good night, guys.
Yeah, be up yourself. So yeah, I'll just shout out my socials quickly. Most on YouTube, Coach's Corner, Instagram, Hanu_Coach_Corner, and then Twitter, Hanu708303030, and then TikTok, Coach101.
I also
And of
forgot to say I
course-
do have a Twitter, DJ Sinclair, all lowercase.
Ollie, you
Gonna
need to
try me.
Twitter, man.
It's called X
That's it.
now, though, isn't it? It's called X. It's not even
And-
called Twitter. So
X.
yeah, why is it called X?
It's Twitter.
Your master.
Follow me on X, everyone.
Okay, that's a bit.
It's Twitter. But rest, of course, Rostock football. Tell us more. Where can people find the Rostock football?
Yeah, on YouTube, Twitter. Listen, Twitter. I'm using a lot of Twitter right now. Listen, I've seen a lot of tweets. I've seen a lot of edits of Kaisena and Lil Busher and all that nonsense. So yeah, Orange640 on Twitter. As you can see on Hannah on his phone, and I saw a message from Hannah from a girl. So listen, you're gonna see that. So yeah. And then Instagram, Orange6 Football. But yeah, listen, big up Hannah for hosting. Ollie, big up yourself.
Big up.
Hardy, big up yourself. Manny and Josh, big up these two as well. So yeah, man, big up. I'll be back as normal from next week, but yeah, next week Wednesday I'll be back normal. But I think we are doing a live stream before that on a Tuesday, I think. So I'm not, yeah, Tuesday, I think. So yeah, because there's a game on Monday. So the mighty Arsenal play on Monday. So yeah, listen, do tune into that on Tuesday. So yeah, big up everyone, big up the comments, big up Chelsea fan, big up Connor, big up everyone on the comments. As always, big up James as well. Yeah, big up, man.
Yeah, be up everyone who joined, be up everyone liked and comments, and be up all the panelists. Yeah, we'll see you all in a bit, people. Peace out.
Peace out.